Well, I hope you guys have been keeping up because it's about to get fun. So we're back once again, man. This is lesson number 3 in our progressive subdivision sub-series, developing our soloing ability. The first lesson, first of all, hopefully you've been keeping up and using the time wisely, because it's really important that you keep up with these, because it's just going to help you with each following lesson. So yeah, so we started out the first one with straight 8th notes. And then lesson number 2, we added the 8th note triplet. Now it's going to get fun, because now we're going to add the next subdivision up, which of course, 16th notes. Now this is going to be cool because now it's actually going to start to sound like a drum solo. So although we're still going to be doing exercises and all that kind of thing, the addition of the 16th notes is cool because it's going to continue to work on all the other stuff that we've been developing, right? So, you know, musicality and dynamics and the timing and all that kind of stuff. But now, with the addition of 16ths, you're going to start to develop and fine-tune your chops. Now, working with slower tempos while we do this is going to be totally beneficial because, you know, once we add those 16ths, you're going to be able to sort of work all the bugs out, clean out all the mess that may have been there before, because we're working with smaller subdivisions at slower tempos. So your articulation is going to start to improve when you do these at slower tempos. Now, depending on how well your hands are developed, this stage here, it's either going to push you forward or it's going to slow you down. Because at this point, it's really important that your hands are in shape. And the reason for that, basically, is this. We're going to be introducing 16ths. You don't just want to be limited to this, going around the drums, all right? So if you've never worked on a rudiment before, I highly suggest you get on that. I'm assuming, you know, if you're at this stage, then your hands are fairly developed. If you've been following the channel all last year, we've been focusing a lot on the hands. A lot of you guys have had some great success with that. This lesson here, number 3, this is where you're going to be able to put all of that stuff to work. A lot of times when we go to play solos, like 16ths are a large part of it. So you want to be able to take advantage of the many ways that there are to do that. So make sure you include the feet. There's going to be hand and foot combinations you can put in there. Left, right foot, right, left foot, 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 left, left, foot, foot, right, right. Whatever you want to do. Any combination that comes into your head, play it. So this is going to be good, man. I mean, you've seen how much music you can make with just 2 subdivisions, just 8th notes and the 8th note triplets. Once we add this now, like I said, it's going to start to sound like a drum solo, and we're really only 3 lessons in. So there's really not much more to tell. I'm going to play this example for you so you can take a look at just what happens with the addition of 16th notes. You're going to be able to hear how solos are starting to take shape now. Take a look at this. Steal any ideas you see in there. They're all free for you to grab. You know, we all learn by watching and copying, so I don't mind, man. If you like a lick, steal it. So here you go. Full demonstration of the exercise. Check it out, and I'll come back. That's cool, right? And that's just three subdivisions that we're working with right now. So there's a couple things that I want you to remember. Again, while you're doing this exercise, don't forget to include the foot, all right? Make sure that you include the bass drum inside of the hands with whatever you're doing. If that means working out some stuff ahead of time, just some simple hand and foot combinations, left, right foot, right, left foot, whatever you want to do. Make sure you add that dynamic. That's going to be important for texture. The second thing that I want you to remember, put the subdivision above the drums, all right? Don't think so much about what you got in front of you, because at this stage, this is really just a distraction. If you think about the drums first, then you're probably gonna trip yourself up or get stuck or whatever. Just think about the subdivision, the 16th note subdivision when you go to play it. Taka, 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 and play it however you want. Like I said, unisons, you know, rudiments, whatever. And then another thing that I want you to keep in mind, do not neglect the lower subdivisions when you're doing this. Because the thing is, like, once you start to add the 16ths, the focus tends to shift towards those just because they're, you know, easier and a little bit more fun to play. But don't forget the lower ones, man. Make sure you throw the 8s in the 8th note triplet and leave that space in there. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to make you guys fully aware of every single subdivision that you're playing when you play it, just so that you know exactly what you're doing and you're not just sort of going for something at random without giving it much thought. So that's it, man. I'm going to leave you with that. Again, 2 more weeks. Take these next 2 weeks, do this exercise, do it often, and do it for longer periods of time. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it, the better your flow is going to become when you're doing this. You're going to start to work out some musical ideas, stuff that you dig. You might have heard some things that I played in that solo that I thought sounded cool and thought it might be a cool idea to repeat it. There's a lot of stuff that's being developed while you're doing these, man. So it's important that you take your time with it. So have fun, man. Thanks for watching this video. Share it if you dig it. Like, subscribe. Hit that notification bell, man, so you know when the next one's coming out. See you next video.